Hey everybody, welcome back to True North VR. Today we are doing a head-to-head matchup between the H4 Boost made by Kiwi Design and the A3 Max made by ANNAPRO. Both of these are battery head straps, halo type head straps made for the Quest 3 and the Quest 3S. In this one we'll do a comparison of specs and weight, we'll do a try-on, we'll talk about adjustability and comfort levels, battery duration, all that fun stuff. If you're interested in individual reviews of each of these that include unboxings, assemblies, and reviews, I'll link those for you in the description below. If you're interested in purchasing either of these in the end, make sure you check out the description because I do have promo codes for each of them on their respective websites. Let's jump right into this one. So let's look at some specs here right off the bat. Compatibility is obviously the same between them, Quest 3 and 3S. Your battery capacity and battery life for the H4 Boost is 5300 mAh, which will give you about 2 to 2.5 hours of extra playtime. The ANNAPRO A3 Max is 10,800 mAh. It's hot swappable, and each of those will give you about 3 to 4 hours depending on your usage. Charging power up to 25 watts with the H4 Boost, and it has a dual charge system, so you can charge both the headset and the head strap at the same time simultaneously, which is nice. The A3 Max has a 20-watt charger. And weight, the H4 Boost is just 10 grams heavier, sitting at 450, and the A3 Max is 440. So I've got my own scale at home. I wanted to see if this was true or not, and actually they held pretty true. I had the H4 Boost sitting at 452 and the A3 Max sitting at 443. So pretty similar in weight. I will talk about how that weight sits on the head later on when we are doing some try-ons here. So let's jump into that part now. Alright, so I want to do a try-on of each of them. We'll talk about how it can adjust. We'll talk about the padding and the comfort of each of them, how they feel. Let's go through it. So first over here we have the A3 Max, that was the battery there. Knob on the back, counterclockwise, turn it clockwise to adjust it. Nice and snug there, you can easily adjust the front. Counterclockwise as well, easily take it off. H4 Boost, same idea. We have a recessed knob here on the back. Put that on clockwise, nice and tight. You can adjust the top strap if you need to as well there. And there we go. Okay, so in terms of adjustability and pivot points, obviously we have our knob on the back that is recessed behind the battery to tighten and loosen it. Our first pivot points are here on the back, and that's going to allow you to adjust where the back of the head strap is going to be on the back of your head, so you can make that more personable. This is not a pivot point here. This is just an attachment onto the head strap there. We do have a pivot point here, and that's going to be able to adjust in different ways. And then you can adjust the Quest 3 with its pivot points, and 3S, I meant to say here, with each of those. So those are kind of our adjustability points. This back cushion does also move, and so you can have that form to the back of your head as well. H4 Boost, we also have that knob as I already showed you. Our first pivot point is right up here. It doesn't really look like one, but that is where this can adjust. Now it doesn't really go down further, like that one could go all the way down. And so this is a bit more restrictive with where it's going to go on the back of your head. Slightly, I'll show you how that can be kind of fixed as well here. Both the front pad here and the back pad are maneuverable, so they're going to form to your head. And then we also have this knob here on the front. If I get the angle right here, you'll be able to see that front pad moving closer to the headset and it moving further away. So that's moving up the forehead and down the forehead. So if you move it up the forehead, that's going to drop your back pad lower to go lower on your head. If you put it down, it's going to bring it up a little bit higher. Plus, then you also have this adjustability there as well. Then we do have a point right here, just like on the A3, that you can push this forward and back to adjust that a little bit as well. It kind of depends on where you have this attached here. And then you can see a little space right here on both sides. Those pieces can also move forward and back to adjust. Now they are nice and stiff. They're easier to adjust when you take it off and put it back on, but those can slide forward and back to give you a little bit of adjustability with where the headset's going to sit, closer to your face or a little bit further away, which is nice. And then just the regular point on the Quest 3 and 3S right there to adjust that up and down there. Now, in terms of assembly, they're obviously both really easy to assemble. They are slightly different though. This is a clip mechanism, right? So it clips all the way around and fits in snug right there. That's why they incorporated this maneuverable piece right here to slide in and out. Because on our A3 Max, this is a piece that just slides in and out, right? So you're sliding it off, sliding it in to a certain point where then it stays. So a little bit different. I mean, I never found like this was gonna slip off or anything in this form, but I do like the clip option better. And then that has a bit more adjustability with the maneuvering spot right here. Whereas this one, you could maneuver it out a little bit, but like it's a little bit sketchy in my opinion. Let's talk about padding here. So as I said before, this flexes, right, moves back and forth, so that's going to adjust to the back of your head. It's the leather material on the back here. It is removable, so you can remove that to clean it, or with the leather, oftentimes you can just wipe it down as well. Our front pad is the nice icy silk. I really like that feel to it. It's nice and soft, and especially cool, especially when you first put it on. That's why they call it icy silk. This piece is removable as well, because you can't really just wipe it off as well, but you can wash it, and so you can clean it that way. It's just going to take a little bit longer. The padding itself on this one is more minimal, but it still fits the back of the head nicely. And the padding up here, the icy silk, is nice and soft. It's thick padding. Definitely don't feel like I'm hitting the plastic through that padding there. H4 Boost is similar and different at the same time. Our back pad is very similar to the A3 Max. Leather material, roughly the same size, I would say. This is looking, yeah, pretty much the same size. Also removable, comes off in 2 pieces here, so you can clean it that way as well. Our front pad is where things get a little bit different. It's leather as well, but you can see here, if we put that up, that we have a hole in the pad there. So it's not just one big block going across your forehead. There's a space in the middle there to help airflow and help you stay cooler with just a thinner padding in there. Now, I did find that padding to be sufficient, definitely. And also when I was using it for exercises compared to that one, I found that this did actually keep me cooler than that one because of having that extra space there. Like putting this on here, I don't know if you can, oh no, it would be covered there. But you can definitely feel the difference with the less padding there and having more airflow there. It cradles the head nice. It doesn't come very deep down the back. That one goes slightly deeper. This one sticks out a little bit more. But it's not like you feel the edges here at all. Then we have our top strap here. At first I thought, why did they put a top strap on a halo strap? But it actually does help balance that weight between the front and the back, and I did find it useful for me personally. Okay. So overall fit, they both have more of a minimalistic feel than, say, the Bobo VR-S3 Pro. This one has the icy silk, this one doesn't, but this forehead pad has less overall, which in my opinion gives more airflow. So if we talk about battery life and just batteries in general, this one is a hot swappable battery, 10,800 mAh, and they boast that it can go on either way. All right, so when you're trying to put one on, you don't need to worry about which way it's going. It does beep a lot. I found like even just like setting it down or any type of adjustment, oftentimes it would beep at me. That means it's reconnecting to it. During a game, when I was playing, I didn't feel like that happened half as often, but very often when I would just set it down, it's actually not doing it right now, I found it would beep quite often, but that's just a side note. Maybe it's just mine. Hot swappable is nice because if you have more than one battery, you can pretty much play forever, right? You can have one charging, one on here, swap them out as you need. So if you are doing long gaming sessions, this is definitely a plus for you on that. 20 watt fast charge. So it is fast charging. There is a dock available that you can get for these as well, or you can just charge them via USB-C. Okay, so this is going to give you roughly 3 to 4 hours of extra game time with that capacity there. Let's move over to the H4 Boost. H4 Boost, our battery is in the back. It is not hot swappable. Its capacity is roughly 5,300 mAh, so half of what the A3 Max is. So this is going to get you 2.5 hours of extra playtime. So not as much, but if you're not a heavy gamer, you probably won't need that much. It also has a fast charge, and one thing that I really love about Kiwi's new head straps, the H4 Boost and the K4 Boost, is that when you have this plugged in here and you plug in your H4 Boost, then it actually has a separate line, like there's a separate charging line that is running to your headset and a separate charging line to your battery here. Because a lot of battery head straps will charge this battery and then that charge will go through to the head strap. So they're not charging simultaneously, which is going to take longer to charge. This will be able to charge both of them at the same time. So if you're using the Kiwi Design 45 watt charger, any 45 watt charger, then you're going to be able to charge both of them to the max in 2.5 hours. In 1 hour, you can charge them both to 60%, which is really fast and really good. So that's a really good combo to consider when you're thinking about charge time and play time. If you don't need unlimited hours, if you're going to play for a couple of hours, 3 hours, and then take a break, you can plug them both in and it's going to charge it nice and fast for you. So there's a little bit about the batteries there. If we talk about weight of each of these, I already kind of mentioned the weight, but the weight's very, very similar between the two. I did find on the head, the weight is heavier on the back with the A3 Max. Having that heavy battery on the back is definitely, you can definitely feel it compared to the H4 Boost. The H4 Boost is much lighter all the way around. The weight is more evenly distributed from the front and the back. And so it did feel, in that sense, nicer on my head when I was doing exercises as well. Price points, we are looking at A3 Max is $90 regular on their website. H4 Boost is regular $120 on their Kiwi Design website. Now for each of these, they are currently on sale. So this one is actually on sale for $70. H4 Boost is on sale for $100. Again, this is the website. Sometimes on Amazon, things will be cheaper. So make sure you check on Amazon as well. I'm just going off their websites right now. Both of them, I do have promo codes. If you do use my promo code Brian Sloan Artist on the ANNAPRO one, that'll get you 10% off. On Kiwi Design's website, Brian Sloan, all capital letters, for an extra 5% off. That'll get you a little bit there as well. But again, the H4 Boost is slightly more than the A3 Max. All right, so let's give my final review of each of these. Now, what I want to say first is that preferences of head straps I've learned are very personal. For some people, one head strap is going to feel the best. For others, another one might feel the best. So take that into consideration when you're listening to what I say and when you're choosing one for yourself, okay? If you're looking at price point, A3 Max is the way to go. It's $30 cheaper regular price. On sale, it's also $30 cheaper, and then you can use my promo code, which will get you even more off. So that is something to consider. If you're looking for a cheaper option that's still going to give you a quality product, A3 Max will be the way to go for you. Battery capacity and extra play time is also going for the A3 Max. Double the battery time than the H4 Boost, and this one is hot swappable, so you can purchase more than one and have that continuous play time. In terms of comfort, in my opinion, H4 Boost is more comfortable. I like the head piece right here with the hole in it. I found that it was more breathable when I was doing more active games, and I felt like overall this has more points of adjustments and pivot points, so I was able to fit it to my face better overall than I was with the A3 Max. Not saying that I couldn't get this one comfortable, just in the end I felt like the H4 Boost was more comfortable. One thing I do need to note is the dual charging system with this one, being able to charge both the headset and the head strap at the same time. It does charge a lot faster, but obviously this has the hot swappable capabilities, which is something to consider when you're purchasing those two as well. Weight is the exact same, pretty much the exact same. They might be 5 or 10 grams off of each other. I did find that with the battery on the back like this, there was more weight added to the back of my head. This battery, since it is half the capacity, isn't as heavy, and I felt like that was balanced more, especially with this head strap. So overall comfort, I would choose the H4 Boost personally, but if you're looking for battery life cheaper, A3 Max is definitely the way to go. So again, you can check out each of those. I do have full unboxings, assemblies of each of those on my channel as well. I can link those in the description for you to check out. I'll link on the websites where you can find them. In terms of pricing, make sure you check out Amazon as well, because sometimes Amazon does have sales and they'll be cheaper than what I've even mentioned in this video. So I will link to Amazon Canada and Amazon US if they are available on each of those. Thank you for watching this one. If you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments or send me a message. I'll do my best to answer those. Make sure you check out my other comparisons I've compared each of these with the Bobo VR S3 Pro. If they're not posted on my channel yet, they will be very soon. I've been working on all of these kind of in succession here, so make sure you check those ones out. Thank you for watching this one. We'll see you next time here on True North VR.